End of the first over. 7 there from the over of Niro. I would say that's a very good start for the Eastern Buffaloes. Good start there from the Eastern Buffaloes. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here at the Go Cricket Oval for the fourth game of the Super 4 between the Eastern Buffaloes and the Nile Leopards. Nile Leopards needing more than just a win in this game here to be guaranteed a place in the final after being shocked by Rwanda yesterday. Pius Oloka will continue from the Ginger Road end. I beg your pardon, Cyrus will ball from the Ginger Road end. He bowled some very beautiful in-swingers yesterday to the right-hander. He needs more than just that today to ensure that they can skitter out the Eastern Buffaloes. And there goes the first wicket. Cyrus there bowling out Nitin, who hasn't troubled the score as much with just 2 runs off 3 balls. We need more of that from the opening bowler from the Ginger Round end to ensure that the Leopards can be able to qualify for the final. But the Eastern Buffaloes, their intentions are very clear. They're not just coming to hang around the wicket. They want this win here, and the intent is there, which is very, very good to see. Yesterday, I believe the tactics actually cost the Nile Leopards that game against Rwanda. It was a bit suicidal to have 2 off-spinners bowling the 19th and 20th over with just 19 runs needed in 2 overs. Spin was brought on in the 19th over, which went for 16 runs. So with only 3 runs needed in the last over, it was just a walk in the park from the Rwanda Imagine, who really celebrated that win, knowing that they're getting closer and closer to the final. Good start there from Cyrus, getting rid of Nitin, whose intention was very, very clear to try as much as possible to get as many runs as they can, so that they may spoil the party for the Nile Leopards, who really have themselves to blame for yesterday's loss against Rwanda Imagine. Sururu will come in at number 3 for the Eastern Buffaloes. The Leopards need to restrict the Eastern Buffaloes to as a low total as possible. But seeing that, I don't think that's what needs to happen. They need to bowl very, very well to be able to restrict them. Change of commentary here. Denny Musali comes in to continue.
Thank you very much, Martin. Day 2 of the round-robin games of the Batball X tournament. Our first game today, the Eastern Buffaloes taking on the Nile Leopards. The Nile Leopards must be hurting from yesterday. They lost to the Rwanda Emerging team in the final game of the day. Very, very close encounter. Had to be decided by last ball of the day. Usual Mugisha holding his nerve and picking up the win for the Rwanda Emerging team. New day, the sun is out, so new fortunes for everyone. You just never know what could happen. Can the Buffaloes pick up a victory? They're yet to pick up a win. Yesterday, they were put to the sword by the Rwanda Emerging team. Rwanda Emerging winning by 67 runs. Today, they have a double header. They will take on the Nile Leopards and the Central Rhinos later on. Kunsa Cyrus from the Ginger Road end. Apollo Joseph and Sururu out there batting for the Nile Leopards. The Nile Leopards need a victory if they win this particular match. This is their final match in the round robin stage of the tournament. If they win this game, they'll be on the same number of wins as the Rwanda Emerging team. So later on, it might come down to net run rate if the Central Rhinos also win their 2 games today. So it's going to be a very, very tight finish. But if the Rwanda Emerging are able to beat the Central Rhinos in one of the games today, that virtually guarantees them a place in the final tomorrow afternoon. So there's everything to play for today. Who will be in the final tomorrow afternoon? One of the things I hated in cricket is playing in a 3rd and 4th playoff final. And I'm thinking even all the other teams have the same feeling. Swing and a miss. Who's has been very, very tidy. He's given away just 4 runs and picked up a wicket as well. Ball going with the angle. No chance at all there for Apollo Joseph. Kunsa coming in to bowl his final ball. And he picks up a wicket. Apollo Joseph is castled. Full delivery went across the line. The Eastern Buffaloes lose their 2nd wicket. Kunsa Cyrus in the business. 4 for 2 for him. The Eastern Buffaloes now 11 for 2 after 2 overs. Yeah, intelligent stuff there from Kunsa Cyrus. That one's full delivery, straight there on the money, right in the block hole. Uproots the middle stump. The Buffaloes 11 for 2. Otuke is the new batter for the Eastern Buffaloes. Jonathan Nyiro with the ball from the shell end. Of course, today's Saturday, the final day of the round-robin games here for the Batball X tournament. Tomorrow, we shall have the 3rd and 4th playoff as the first game of the day. And then the final will be coming up in the afternoon, starting at 2 o'clock. Run scamper through quickly. Chance for a run out. Mulongo Paul throwing the ball too hard and misses the mark completely. Suicidal run. Umpires out there in the middle, Ivan Sajabi and Emmanuel Kamia. The Super Fours have 4 teams in it. Eastern Buffaloes, the Nile Leopards, the 2 teams that are clashing right now all came from the Group A action that was happening at the Ginger SS Cricket Oval. And they were joined by the Group B action. The teams that came from the Group B action that happened here at the Lugogo Cricket Oval, the Central Rhinos and the Rwanda Emerging. The Super Fours, the Rwanda Emerging are on top of the table. He picked up 2 victories yesterday, one against the Nile Leopards and the Eastern Buffaloes. The Nile Leopards and the Central Rhinos came into the Super Fours as unbeaten sides, having won all their games in the group games. But after day 1, none of the teams is now unbeaten. The Nile Leopards losing to the Rwanda Emerging team yesterday afternoon, and the Central Rhinos losing to the Nile Leopards. So it's owners even for everyone. On the balance of play, you would feel that probably the Eastern Buffaloes are the team that are a bit behind in terms of skill compared to the others. The Nile Leopards, the Central Rhinos, and the Rwanda Emerging, their level of skill is a touch higher than the Eastern Buffaloes. But they've done well to make sure they compete. I think in their game against the Rwanda Emerging yesterday, they bowled too many extras, 25. They were too generous. And some of the bowling was also a bit generous. But the thing about teams from, especially the Eastern Buffaloes, they haven't played a lot of hardball cricket. So they're all learning on the job. And for them, I think their learning is very, very important. It should do them very well in the future, as long as they keep playing. End of the 3rd over, 14 for 2. Jonathan Nyero finishing his quarter. No wicket reward for him, and he gave away 10 runs. No. I had to take my daughter for cricket practice. I had to take my daughter for cricket practice. So Igulu Joel takes the ball from the Ginger Road end. He bowled well yesterday from that end, picked up 2 wickets. But in his 2 overs, he gave away 2 boundaries that brought the game back for the Rwanda Emerging side. But for me, one of the new emerging players I've seen in the tournament who are very good, Igulu, took a good catch, picked up 2 wickets yesterday. And he was bowling very well. Swing and a miss. Sururu Joseph plays on the up a lot. Probably signs of where he comes from. They play on tough wicket, on Astro Turf. So the Astro Turf, because the ball comes to bat, we find that a lot of young players tend to play on the up. But here, because this is an Astro wicket, you need to stay a bit low if you're going to meet the ball on the bounce. Manages to make some good connection onto that, gets good bat on it, and will run away for 4 with it on offer there from Igulu, and the ball is punished. Yeah, width on offer there from Igulu. Just throws his hands at it. Sururu picks up a boundary. We're out of the power play, so the captain has an option of spreading the field. Not taken it yet by Soloka. Goes again, but this time they'll just get a single. Otuke had to run in very quickly. It looked like he would be in trouble. Igulu just needs to tighten up, take away that option of throwing your arms at it. Ball stump to stump, so you cramp the batters for room. That should give him some reward. Much better there from Igulu. The edge from Otuke is good enough. And the ball runs away for 4. Intentional shot there from Otuke. Just opened up his bat and let the ball run off it and goes away for 4. Very well played there by Otuke. You can see they are very unintentional shots, running the ball down to third man. Sometimes because there's pace on the ball, you don't need a lot of power. Intelligent shot there from the young man. That's all because he's offering a lot of room, Igulu. Just needs to cut out that room. There will be nothing to work with there for Otuke. Again, Otuke just runs it down to third man. Good cricket there from the young Otuke. When you're not a powerful player, you don't try to go for lateral or horizontal shots. Just make sure you play within your own means. And this time, because there's space on offer, just uses that space to run down to third man. There's no one in that slip cordon. An intelligent captain, what they would do is try and make sure that they bring on their spinners right now, because Otuke doesn't look like he has the power to try and hit out. End of the 4th over, 24 for 2. What's his name?
So your daughter, how old is she?
My daughters, 9, 7, and 6. They all play cricket.
All play cricket?
Yeah. Okay.
So in the morning you took a session of cricket?
Yeah.
Where?
Kati Kati.
Kati Kati?
Yeah, they
Restaurant?
Yes.
Where? At Resto Cricket?
There's an academy for young ones.
Okay. How many hours?
Shot, what a shot. Beautiful shot there. So Hela Richard comes into the attack and is welcomed with a boundary. So Hela yesterday was on the receiving end of some bad treatment from Francois. So Hela Richard, much better from him. This time a better comeback delivery, but Sohera welcomed into the attack there with a boundary from Otuke. Ooh. Good shot there from Otuke. 2 boundaries in the over. Very good over turning out to be for the Eastern Buffaloes. The batting for the Nile Leopards yet to come together very well. So if they lose this game, 2 full and Otuke throws his arms at it. With the field inside the ring, he manages to pierce the ball over them and gets a boundary. Goes big this time, Otuke. And he deposits the ball to Copper Chimney. I would like to apologize to Otuke and his fans because I thought he wasn't strong enough, but it's not the size of the man, but the size of the game in him. Not a good shot there from Otuke. Picks that up and he deposits it to Copper Chimney. Very good shot there from Otuke. A good over there for big over for the Eastern Buffaloes. They get 16 runs off it, and all of them coming off the bat of Otuke. Oteke. My apologies, not Otuke. After 5 overs, 40 for 2, the Eastern Buffaloes. Oof, down the leg side. Extras. Extras there from Igulu Joel. 42 for 2, the Eastern Buffaloes. If they get anywhere close to the 80 mark, could be a challenging total for... Ooh, goes up in the air, but it will land safely. They get anywhere close to the 80s, it will be a challenging total for the Nile Leopards. The Nile Leopards have struggled with the bat a little bit. They've not been very decent. They scored so many runs in Jinja, but they found they're going very tough in Kampala. They struggled to chase down 65. Ooh. Good enough there for the umpire, the shout. Timid celebrations there from Igulu. Yesterday was coming out with a punch, with the punches, but today not very. You can see there Surulu jumping all over the wicket illegally, and is given out by the umpire Emmanuel Kamya. The Eastern Buffaloes lose their third wicket, 43 for 3. Again, more width on offer there from Igulu Joel. Peter Ochen gets off the mark immediately. Too much room has been given by Igulu today. Yesterday he was bowling stump to stump stuff. But today has been offering too much room. It has been easy pickings. Bowling both sides of the wicket. Oteke. Can see there the wide ball. Good work there from the keeper, Mwanguzi Timothy. Oteke just in senior 2 at Teso College. Should be one of the boys that will be coming for the school's cricket week this year that will be happening in Jinja. More extras. Can see there Otuke. The shot was on from him. When you're a short man, those are easy shots for you to play. The vertical shots are always easier for you to play because you can get onto the ball in a flash. Igulu Joel has traveled a little bit. Plays within himself for 2K. They have to run quickly. But Ochen puts in a good dive. Seven runs given so far by Igulu Joel. Otuke tucks that in very well. But Ochen, very well done by him. He realized he might be struggling for ground and he puts in a very good dive. Good passage of play here for the Eastern Buffaloes, especially that big over that had 17 runs off the bowling of Richard Sohera. Has shifted that score very nicely. They are now 48 for 3. And they are slowly making their way towards the 80s and the 60s. In a 10-over game, anything over 60 is a very good total because you just never know what could happen. Pick a couple of wickets and you're quickly into the tail. Good comeback, good final delivery there from Igulu Joel to finish that over. 48 for 3 after 6 overs, the Eastern Buffaloes. And I'm joined in the commentary box by Innocent. Innocent, good morning.
Good morning, Dennis. How has it been here? Well, for me, where I come from, the degrees must be around 35, and I turn up here, and looks like there's a change in weather just 10 kilometers away from where I stay. Hopefully we get as much sunshine as we did get yesterday. We don't want to see no result matches, points shared, because it's a pivotal day. And the Nile Leopards bowl first here because the trick is one. They only have one game today. They must win it with a healthy net run rate to have any chance of making it to the final. Rwanda did their bit, and Rwanda will want to be the party spoilers for the Ugandans by snatching one of those two places. So the Rwandans stand up today with a game against the Central Rhinos with almost nothing to lose.
Yeah, very true. I think if the weather is kind to us today, we have some big games coming up, especially the clash between the Rwanda Emerging and the Central Rhinos.
Peter Chen on strike. Ordinarily, a man of his height should be batting number 9, 10, 11, long levers. But this is a T10 game, not many overs to play around with. Chen has been coming in down. One of the leading scorers from the Ginger Leg there. Here is gets runs. Before today's knock, today Ochen had 82 runs and among the top 5 again. Shadowing the right shot and playing the wrong one. It happens as a batsman. Sometimes the ball rushes onto you. Sometimes you're cramped for room. But Pius Oloka knows a thing or two about bowling to Peter Chen because they come from the same side of Uganda. And they played a lot of cricket together, especially in the under-19 trials. Good cut shot, diving effort from Paul Molongo. No chance whatsoever. There will be 4 runs to the total of the Buffaloes.
Yeah, I don't know what the difference is, because in the previous over when Igulu was bowling, Pa Soroka himself, too much room there for Peter Ochen, who just backs away and beats the infield. When Igulu was bowling, Pius himself was standing at deep point, and there was no one in that in the point region. Now when he is bowling, he doesn't bother to do that. Peter Chen will be grateful for that because he picks up a boundary for his side. And I think these two go to the same school, Ginger SS.
If I were Peter Chen, I would have tried to play a similar shot because I've got height, just a little backing away, and the cut shot would have been on, and that would mean more runs. You can see that the keeper here, Timothy Mwanguzi, is asking the point fielder as his captain, Molongo, to stand squarer, not at the conventional point, because there's a man down at deep extra cover to do the boundary riding. Running very hard between the wickets here, Peter Ochen. His mate wants a second. There is a fumble, and Oteke Gideons looks like he read the coach's notice board. Point number 10, awareness.
And Oteke is the one who was calling Peter Ochen. Peter Ochen didn't seem interested in the second, but it was Oteke's call, and he's able to scamper through. They get two easy singles. I'm a little bit disappointed in Pa Soroka's bowling. He's a man who's made his debut for the cricket craze this year, so the standard for him should be higher than what he's bowling right now.
Sometimes things like this happen. You come back a level lower and you find the competition not the same as you left it. Classy shot from Peter Ochen. He won't get two for a very good shot because there's a good fielding effort right down at the rope.
Hassan Bagaga there with the cleanup. Good stuff there from him. Gets to the ball in a flash and is able to throw it in back quickly to just keep it to a single. End of the 7th over. The Eastern Buffaloes now 55 for 3. They have 7 wickets in hand, so maybe it's now time to take a lot more risks to try and push that score along to the 80s. It was a good over. There was a good passage of play for them that shifted the momentum. But now, 2 overs and the Nile Leopards have been able to drag back, to seize back the initiative. Kunsa Cyrus comes back into the attack. This is much better to see from Pius. Today he seems more intelligent, shuffling his bowlers around. That wisdom was missing in the loss to the Rwanda Emerging. Ended up using the wrong bowling options for the final 2 overs. And the Rwanda Emerging team ended up being victorious. Tries to go big, but yeah, the catch taken cleanly by Igulu. Yes, there. Our cameras to his back, so we were not very sure, but the catch taken. Peter Ochen trying to muscle the ball out of the park, but only finds Igulu. Kunsa Cyrus picking up his 3rd wicket, comes into the attack and he picks up a wicket immediately. Can see there Igulu fumbled it a couple of times. Looked like he was trying to catch a hot potato. Eastern Buffaloes losing their 4th wicket and a big one. Peter Ochen has to walk. They are now 55 for 4.
Kunsa Cyrus with one that moved away late and kept low. The Leopards find themselves in some sorts of trouble, under pressure necessarily. They couldn't get over the line in a game where everybody thought they were the favorites. And I imagine needing 11 and a half per over with the 4 overs to go. And the boss of the Nile Leopards, Isaac Imaka, man I shared with the newsroom, but is now a much bigger boy in terms of enterprise, coming out to say that he's going to put some big monies at stake. He's going to put some big monies at stake for the game today for the Leopards against the Buffaloes, 2 ginger sides with a lot more than pride to play for. Imaka saying 200,000 shillings at stake for the win here. A big win with a good net run rate. The idea is one here for them. Make the score as little as possible and then chase it down. Quick fashion. Mr. Cyrus putting in a shift for his team. The Leopards. He played for Butu. Butu were the champions of the Nile edition of the Batball Open last December. Some improvisation. The throw is at the wrong end. They will come back for a second. No, they don't, because Oteke lost his footing while he tried to play that switch shot.
Yeah, Oteke trying to manufacture a shot. The first time I've seen someone trying to play that paddle off the over the keeper. Malingania got him in trouble.
Not enough meat on it. Just one. He's bowling very well, this man. Kunsa Cyrus.
Yeah, you're very right, Innocent. Kunsa has picked up 3 wickets for 7 runs from his 2 overs. And like I said, the intelligence has been that I think he's been better utilized by his captain, Pa Soloka, today. After 8 overs, the Eastern Buffaloes are now 58 for 4. The Eastern Buffaloes lost both their games to the Nile Leopards in the group stages. In Group A action that happened at JJSS. So maybe the Nile Leopards feeling very confident, but like you mentioned, they need to win big to try and overcome the net run rate of the runner emerging side. Just winning might not be enough for them.
Big appeal. Malinga Jacob, take a walk, young man. Umpire Ivan Sajabi is convinced by the bowler's half-hearted appeal. Another one bites the dust. 5 down now. 58 for 5.
Malinga Jacob, guilty of playing across the line. He's covered all his stumps there. An easy decision by the umpire. Easy decision for Ivan Sajabi, who raises his finger. The young ones need to learn a thing or two about when you move into your stumps. Your option should not be going across the line, but playing the ball back into the big screen. Once you go across the line, you make the decision very, very easy for the umpire to make. Eastern Buffaloes now 58 for 5. They've been stranded in the 50s for a very long time and have now lost 3 wickets in the 50s.
batsman, Brian.
I think the Eteros are denying Oteke the strike, yet Oteke has been the man with the show. He should be the one hogging most of the strike right now, trying to take the attack to the Nile Leopards. Headless running there. That should be a run out. Headless running there from Eteru. I don't know where he was going. He was sent back by Oteke. First of all, he missed the ball, and then he decided to just take off. But he was sent back very quickly there by Oteke. Again, another good decision by the umpire, Van Sajabi. That ball was sliding down the leg side. If you see in that replay, then Oteke just took off without realizing where the ball was. Simple run out for the Nile Leopards. The Buffaloes lose now their 6th wicket. They're 60 for 6.
The Buffaloes, Dennis, have 2 games to play today. And unfortunately, they find themselves in a spot where they will be the hunted, because everybody thinks they can beat the Buffaloes. But how they beat them will matter, because the trio of Rwanda Emerging, Central Rhinos, and this team, Nile Leopards, are looking not only to just beat the Buffaloes, but to beat them convincingly. And snatch one of the 2 places at sport in the money game on Sunday afternoon. That game will be live on TV. The money game.
Yeah, so make sure you have your subscription ready tomorrow on NBA Sport. You'll watch the final of the Batball X tournament. But even the second game coming up today, Innocent, is going to be on Batball. The Rwanda Emerging will be taking on the Eastern Buffaloes. And that game... No, the Rwanda Emerging are taking on the Central Rhinos. And that game is going to be on NBA Sport as well. So do not move, do not go anywhere. Or you can download the Afro mobile app and you shall be able to catch the action. Of course, the Batball X tournament has had a lot of support. Shot there from Oteke. The man who should be on strike for all these overs finally comes on strike and he picks up a boundary. Poor delivery there from Paya Soloka on the pads, and it's given the treatment he deserves there from Oteke. Oteke should be on strike. He has been denied the strike for the last 3 overs. And that is why the total has been stranded in the 50s for a very long time. He gets on strike and immediately picks up a boundary. 65 for 6 after 9 overs.
That man on screen, the youngest player in the tournament, 9-year-old Ibrahim Sajabi, primary 5 pupil from Victoria Nile Primary School in Jinja. He's earned his mileage. He's got wickets as well to his name. And he takes the field here. Would be a good fairy tale for Sajabi to be picked for his team in tomorrow's final. But first things first, his team must make the final. Hassan Bagaga, he had to bowl the last, primarily batsman in the side. He's always given overs at the death. Let's see how many Yaru Joel and Gideon Oteke can milk from him.
Yaru Joel has to... Oh, the ball going through the young one, Ibrahim Sajabi. I would say that's a good dummy from him, because that brings back a Yaru on strike and not Oteke. So either way it works for the Nile Leopards. They need to make sure that they deny Oteke the strike for as long as possible.
Dennis, did you look at the throw from the young man? I wish our producer can give us that replay of the fielding effort from the young man after the dummy. Like you said, touch and go, nowhere to go, the bells are whipped off.
Yeah, very senseless cricket there from Eyalu, running out someone who's on 29 off 19 balls. It's like the umpire, Emmanuel Kamia, not happy with the way the run out was effected, because the ball was not in the hands of the bowler. But Eyalu there very nearly sacrificed the man who's scoring the runs for him, sent him back if you look at the replay again there, the umpire I think is very right. Bagaga hadn't taken the ball when he wiped off the bails.
Big heave, big smack down the ground. Does it go all the way? The fielding effort is very poor at mid wicket. And well, that must be picked up next from court number 3.
Half trackers here from Hassan Bagaga, who was just coming to the attack to bowl the final over. And the Yalu Joel deposits that over deep mid wicket. No chance for deep mid wicket. Put in a shift, but a half tracker easily picked up there by a Yalu. He didn't even bother to run. Top quality effort from the fielder in the deep, but there was no stopping that.
This one is hit in the covers. The catch is completed. Busybody will celebrate the little catch. Pass Oloka diving forward. Takes a smart catch.
Yeah, but I don't know why Yalo was trying to do that, trying to be the hero. Just get Oteke on strike, because now you lose the wicket, that is also a dot ball, so you get nothing out of that. But if you can just drop the ball down there, get Oteke on strike, that gives you one extra run, and let Oteke take charge. But 71 for 7 now, the Eastern Buffaloes. Fuller delivery this time there from Hassan Bagaga. See Oteke trying to be the hero, but just sends the ball into the hands of Pass Oloka, who takes a simple catch.
Newman in, misses the first. Emetu Paul. Unfortunately, the man who is supposed to be hogging the strike, who's got 29 from 19, has got to watch miserably from the other end.
You can imagine that innocent. He hasn't faced any ball in the final over. He hasn't faced any ball in the final over, and that all because of the intelligence of the young 19-year-old Sajabi. The ball went through him, and they picked up 2 runs instead of taking 1. That is something these players need to go back home and learn. Sometimes it's a game of fine margins. That will be the end of the innings. 72 for 7 for the Eastern Buffaloes. The Nile Leopards will need 73 from 60 balls for them to pick up the win.
That's the tail of the tape here, Dennis. You can see that this game, Eastern Buffaloes batting fast, getting 72 for 7. Nitin Shivakumar, Apollo Joseph didn't get many at the top. Sururu Juma came through, didn't get double figures as well. The only double figures in the match, Oteke Gideon, 29 from 18, unbeaten. He's only first 18 balls. Dennis beggars believe the tactics of his mates, because they played all around him and lost their wickets. 3 4s and 2 6s for him. Gideon Oteke. The next high scorers in the match were his captain Peter Ochen and Sururu Juma, who got 9 apiece. Then there you got to look at the extras, 5 of them. And the bowling show of Kusa Cyrus, 3 for 7. The standout man. Nero, no wickets for him today. 1 apiece for Igulu, Sampros, Oloka Pius, and Hassan Bagaga. As we look at the highlights of the first innings, we'll take a break. Enjoy the highlights. We'll be coming back with the second innings shortly. INCD, Sorority Cricket Academy, Safal, Jibu Water, Rwanda Cricket Association, Case Medical Center Services, Fitness Junction, Gym and Spa, and St. Francis Medical. First innings done and dusted. 72 is what the Buffaloes got. And here we are, they open with spin. Sururu Juma given the ball from the shell end. Poor fielding. The share at the stumps is not as sharp. They get two from a seemingly position where there was only one and offer. Hit straight to that man there at a long on. Hassan Bagaga bowled the last over of the first innings. Is here batting already on 2. They need to chase this down in quick time. A little tickle there. They run off again. Fielding effort from the man at square leg. Opus Martin. Three runs on board. The trick here for the Leopards, they don't want to leave it to chance. They gotta chase it quickly. Surujuma will want to deny them a fast chase. Hit straight above the fielder at short mid wicket. He gets one. As you allow me to introduce Dennis Musali back into the comms box.
Yeah.
Dennis, change of weather. Hassan Bagaga trying to do here a quick chase with Sohera Richard.
Yeah, thank you, Innocent. The weather is changing here at the Lugogo Cricket Oval, but I hope that it allows us to play the cricket. Hassan Bagaga going across the line. I don't know if the Nile Leopards understand the assignment that you need to chase his runs very, very quickly. So instead of being conventional in their approach, should have sent maybe Pass or Local, Neuro Jonathan up the order to try and up the ante immediately, put pressure on the Eastern Buffaloes as quickly as possible. So Uru Joseph, the man who picked the wickets yesterday for the Eastern Buffaloes, is a very, very tidy off spinner. Hassan Bagaga, the second leading run scorer in the tournament on 105 from 7 matches, averaging 21. Rocks back and cuts that behind point. And there will be no chasing that. The ball winning the race. Shiva Kumar finishes second. The boundary, the first one for the Nile Leopards, who now moved to 9 for no loss after 1 over.
To ball over number 2. Wild swing there from Hassan Bagaga. They got 9 in the first over. 9 times 8, Dennis, means they can chase down this score in 8 overs. 9 times 8 is 72. They would like to chase it a little quicker than that. for the Buffaloes. People are looking at them like the party spoilers of the day, but they could work their way into the contention here because it's a whole new competition here in the Super 4. Nobody carried points from the round robin stage. Pero Chen bowling better lanes, hitting the hard lines. Richard on strike, the lefty. That is very wide away from the left-hander who tries to throw his hands at it. The intention is clear from Sohera and Bagaga. They don't want only ones every ball they face. They want more than one because they're even running after the wides. Better line, better length for Peter Chen, who is denying the batsman anything to work with, continuing to push it a little away from them.
I don't know what the plan is from Sohair Richard, but he just seems to be swinging for the wind. No conviction from that swinging. There's no one in sleep. There's width on offer. Run the ball down to third man.
Nothing short from Sohair Richard. For me, the Leopards came to town here, Dennis. They haven't been able to score as many runs as possible. And maybe they're afraid to send some of their big boys because we know what Timothy Mwanguzida can do with the bat. We know what Pius Oloka can do. We know what Molongo Paul, their skipper, can do. So it's very important for them. And look at this, sort of like a knockout punch there, fending it off very late. Would have been in trouble. Hope all is good.
Yeah, I mean, and we spoke about it, saying that the Nile Leopards, I don't know, because we were playing at home, so they scored so many runs in Georgia. They were the leading run, the team with the most runs coming into the Super Fours, but they've hardly gotten going in Kampala. And it can't be the change of surface because they play on a similar surface in Georgia, so it's just maybe the conviction has been missing for some of their batters. A lot of their batters enjoy having a good time for a short time, but never having a good time for a very long time. After the second over, 11 for no loss, the Nile Leopards.
A very good over there bowled by Pero Chen. The over went for only 2 runs, Dennis, and I can tell you it's as clear as daylight. Rwanda emerging already in the final. That net run rate is enviable. 3.55 will not be caught by any of the teams chasing them, the Nile Leopards or Central Rhinos. One of them will have to contend with playing in the third place playoff final because the Leopards on 0.03 and the Rhinos in negatives. So right about now, the Leopards should take care of business and win before the end of the 10 overs. Don't take it down to the wire, and the whole world will be watching how the Rhinos pull off a haste.
Yeah, unless the Rwanda emerging connive to lose by a very big margin, they can still afford the loss to the Central Rhinos and make it into tomorrow's final. Net run rate there. What Innocent is looking at, Rwanda emerging comfortably at 3.5. The next best team to them, the Nile Leopards, on 0.03.
And tells you from yesterday, Rwanda scoring the highest score in the tournament, 132 for 3, makes them have 212 runs in the 20 overs in the Super Fours. They have played thus far, cut very hard, but nowhere will it go. Just 1 run. And the Rwandans have only conceded just 141 runs in the 20 overs they've played in the Super Four. It means they're giving away 70 runs every match. That is super stuff from them.
The Rwanda emerging team, they should be proud. Their chairman will be in town very soon, and I'm thinking he's coming with some dollars. Steven Musale should be here to cheer his boys.
I was having a chat with him last night. Dennis Musale is in town. I can tell you already. He flew into Kampala last night. He was enjoying the thrills of Bugolobi. That's famous street.
Badali Rise never disappoints. Hopefully we've not let the cat out of the bag. Hassan Bagaga and very well done by the fielder. Party spoilers, the Eastern Buffaloes, because right about now the Nile Leopards are struggling to chase down their runs. The Eastern Buffaloes also have a chance, Innocent. They might have a negative 6.7, but they could spoil the party for either the Central Rhinos or the Nile Leopards by inflicting defeat on both of them.
Yes, because they played 2 games today. Big appeal. Umpire not interested in the Surur Juma's cries for a wicket. You talk about the Eastern Buffaloes, and for them to come from where they are and finish third would be a milestone of sorts. Not what they wanted, but they can take that home and say we're going back to Soroti and we'll work hard on our skills and come out as better products next time.
Yeah, very true. You see, land safely there from Sohera. If I was the Eastern Bulls, it's a trick that we used to have in school, especially. They're always very well executed by Davis Karashani. If you have 2 batters who are not scoring runs, there's no point in removing them because they are working for you. 16 for no loss after 3 overs. The Nile Leopards, because now they need a whole lot of 57 runs from 42 balls.
Dennis, you and Davis, no wonder your mates, your masters of illusion, always trying to cook up something. Those are the sights of Lugogo right there in the background, the National Council of Sports. That's where we're playing from. It's housed here in the Lugogo Indoor Stadium. And right there at the backdrop, the touring building is the GHL Center. The head office is there. Touring over some beautiful sights. The DHL Center in the background. And the National Council of Sports, which is also housed here in this multi-complex of sports full of very many social amenities. 6 tennis courts, cricket oval, a boxing arena, a hockey ground. In the air, who wants it? The easiest of catches will be taken. Joel completes a very good catch. The celebrations are on. The party spoilers trying to build here something out of nothing. Joel with the easiest of chances there. He holds on dearly and he completes a very good catch. Joel Eyaru, who played for Ekuru.
I don't know why they had to remove Sohela, because it was working so well for them. The Nile Leopards losing their first wicket, 16 for 1. And that could be a good thing for them because they get someone maybe who can try and be more aggressive into the attack. Nothing short again there from Sohera. Simple catch there for Joel Eyalu.
Because these games have been followed a lot by that man, the Soroti Cricket Academy chairman, Mr. Felix Musana, who realizes that the men's game in Soroti, all at the academy, is not at the same level with the women, where they boast of no less than 8 national players in the Victoria Pearls, first playing 11, and then also you look down into the under-19s, and almost like 11 out of 14 who traveled to Botswana last September are from the academy, so he will want to make sure the boys do play catch-up. And this is a good chance for them if they play such competitions.
Not a different model from what Rwanda is doing. The strides have made in the ladies' game, not similar to those in the men's game, but with these opportunities, the Rwanda emerging playing here, the boys can only get so much better. And you've seen all of them, very young boys, but with very good skills. So the sky is the limit. The more you play, the better you become, as simple as that. Mlongo Paul tries to go big. Maybe they should get 2. Nearly collision there from the fielders. Even allows them to pick up a third.
Mlongo Paul, the captain, one assignment at many of the post-match presentations there. Mlongo Paul, you see, is a very passionate fella who desires nothing but victories. He says they came here with a lot of pride. Off the back of Hassan Bagaga. Bagaga on 7 from 8. Mulongo in 3 from 2. How does Mulongo go about with Oteke Gideon? This kept low, but Mulongo hits it very hard, straight to the man at long on Joseph. Joseph Apollo. Dancing down the wicket. Dennis was talking about the sky being the limit. Well, the sky will be the start for Mulongo Paul. He's got the power. And Hassan Bagaga need as many runs as possible here. Done and dusted with the fourth. 27 for 1.
Much better now. They're trying to up the ante, which is the only thing to do, because now they need 46 from 36 balls. You don't want the balls to keep going away from the required runs, so you need to make sure that those two stay in touch for as long as possible. And that means this, if things continue like this, you have to take the game very, very deep.
I can see that the ground staff getting ready with the covers. The guys leaving the nets. The heavens threatening to open. Whatever happens, Dennis, we'll have a result in this match, because we're done and dusted with the 4 overs that do require a result. Power play was over after 3. It's Lugogo for you. The sun trying and fighting to pierce through the clouds. The whites continue here. Nitin Shivakubar starts with the wides here. Straight to the man. Mulongo Paul must take a walk. He shadows the right shot. Should have gone high and above. Instead, he hit it straight to the fielder there. Shivakuma has picked up a wicket from a ball that was a half tracker, because Mulongo Paul could not middle it very well. It's been that type of tournament from Mulongo Paul, coming with a big reputation from Ginger, but finding no luck on the wickets of Lugogo.
Yeah, things not going the way of the Nile Leopards so far in the chase. They lose their second wicket, 28 for 2. Mulongo Paul trying to muscle the ball out of the park again. Doesn't get the height over the fielder in mid-wicket, who takes a very simple catch. There will be no hiding for Paya Soloka. He has to come in now and get the job done.
Coach Habib Mugala sends his talisman Paya Soloka to come through. Paya Soloka has been coming 1 down all the other matches, and Mulongo Paul has been coming 2 down. They change numbers. Hopefully Paya Soloka will be saying, maybe better luck for me. Tin Shiva Kumar. To Paya Soloka. Touch and go. Paya Soloka guiding this one to third man. He does something very famously done by all-rounders. They always want to get 1 run on the board first before they can have a look and maybe go big. In the air, who wants this? The keeper is running round and takes a good catch right behind him. Celebrations time. Alban Ainebiona takes a good catch. Hassan Bagaga must walk back to the hut. . Nile Leopards. One game today. Look at them. Happy people. They are the Buffaloes holding the Leopards by the horn. It's been a clinical stuff from them.
Innocent, I must tell you, I don't know what's happening in that camp there for the Nile Leopards. But that is some show there from Hassan Bagaga. Very needless when you've just lost a wicket. 29 for 2 quickly becomes 29 for 3. 28 for 2 quickly becomes 29 for 3.
Bagaga hit that one very high up in the skies. He was praying for luck, but the keeper had a lot of time. Alban Ainebiona completing a catch that was not easy by any means. Shivakuma trying to spoil the good work he's done so far. The Buffaloes will be happy to beat the Leopards. You know, the Buffaloes didn't manage to beat the Leopards in the Ginger series, in the Ginger League on day 1 and day 2. The Leopards were having them for lunch, for dinner, and for breakfast. Big swing, and that one will race away to the boundary for 4 runs. They will need a little more of these, but that's a poor delivery there from Nitin Shivakumar.
Yeah, too much room outside of stump. Half volley was asking to be hit, and Mwanguzi Timothy immediately gets off the mark. The boys from Ginger play a lot of shots. Can say they are full toss outside of stump. Just throws his arms at it, Timothy, and it gets the boundary for the Nile Leopards.
Tin Shivakuma, that boundary, getting the run rate down to 7.3, was at 8. More wides. That's the problem, Dennis. You hold, you strangle, you suffocate and stifle, but then you remove one hand to punch. Exactly what Nitin Shivakuma is doing.
He has picked 2 wickets in this over, so he just needs to get through it. 2 more balls. Some wise words of wisdom from Oteke.
Take a Gideon, the star with the bat today for the Buffaloes. He goes big down the ground. Who wants that? The catch is swallowed. The celebrations are on. These men, the Buffaloes, will not only be party spoilers, they could actually pick up a big victory here with the Leopards trying to chase this down in 1 ball.
I've just mentioned, Innocent, that these boys play a lot of shots. Another useless shot there from Timothy Mwanguzi. Doesn't find the distance, neither the height. The fielder settles himself and takes a good catch. The good thing about the Eastern Buffaloes, they've been catching very well in this particular game. Ball in the slot. Timothy thought he had got enough of it. No, thank you. Gives a simple catch to the field at long on. Hopefully in the celebration he didn't throw it over the rope.
With the drizzle on Dennis, it's the Buffaloes that are basking in the glory. Shivakumar is bought a very long over, but he's actually also picked up some wickets. Now Leopards take their time to walk on. The umpires urging them to come through quickly. We'll yet to see if the umpires will actually want to bring on the covers.
Nero Jonathan is the new batter. Pa Soloka is starting to look desperate at the non-striker's end because he's running out of partners.
1 ball to end the 5th. The umpires stand their ground. Shivakumar to Nero. It's been that sort of over. He goes wide, and then bang, wicket.
That's the thing about his bowling, that it really unsettles batters. There's nothing to get used to. And you can see they're trying to get the bowling to go very quickly. Maybe they've gotten a message from
Touch and go. Fine stop there, but Oloka and Niro are two guys who've won cups for Uganda at the under 19 level. They know the assignment. They've got to run quickly and get to. They get a pair of runs there to end the fifth. 38 for 4. That was a long over, Dennis. It went for 11 runs, but more importantly, there were 3 wickets. And the wides, 4 wides.
the Nile Leopards cannot afford to lose this game, because it's their final game in the tournament. But I'll tell you what, if the Eastern Buffaloes are able to pick up a win now and also defeat the Central Rhinos later, and the run I imagine defeat the Central Rhinos, the Buffaloes will have come from behind to sneak into the final.
What a fairy tale would be for the guys from Soroti. Touch and go, Oloka dealing in singles. He realizes that maybe aggression is not the way to go. We could as well pick our win and leave fate to chance.
They need 34 runs from 29 balls. Very, very achievable, but the rate at which they are losing wickets is the problem. They play one good shot and it's always followed up with another bad one.
Joel Eyaro bowling his first. And I like the fact that their captain Peter Ochen has not allowed the Leopards to settle under the bowling of one person. He's been shuffling the bowlers, giving everybody one here, one there.
I think no matter what Oloka does, he will have to do the business himself. So being off strike does not help matters. He needs to take the responsibility. He's not going to keep dabbing the ball around, picking up those ones and letting the other people take responsibility.
Nero Jonathan, lanky fellow, he drops that under his nose and sets off Hassan Bagaga a little late.
You see, Innocent, if he had done that for the 2 previous balls, he gave away 2 dots. And now he realizes that maybe I'm better off using the soft hands and I pick up a single.
Trying to muscle this down the ground. Not enough meat on it. Good feeling from Joseph.
Good work there from the fielder, but that should have been a boundary. His leg touched the rope. He has a guilty look. But because we don't have DRS, he will get away with it. If you can see that again on the replay. The fielder was surely in contact with the rope. The umpires realizing that, and they will give the boundary.
Trying to get away from the murder scene. It's unfortunate. The police was onto it in a flash.
Committing a crime at the police station.
Pass Oloko on strike. Shiva Kumar stops it quickly.
I told you, Innocent, there's no way Pius is running away from the responsibility of chasing down the required 29. He'll have to do the job himself. He has to make sure he's counting the balls. Now the new over is going to start with him at the non-strikers. So he has to tell Nero to find a single for him so that he faces most of the balls in that particular over. Other than that, they will keep taking the game very, very deep, and then it could be difficult for the Nile Leopards to chase down the total. Peter Ochen has only bowled 1 over. So, still very interesting. But a big clash is coming up. The run, I imagine, taking on the Central Rhinos.
Central Rhinos coach just walking past us here, Shama Mukaya, with a right smile. He knows this game and this tournament is still very open. He looks at the Buffaloes, a team nobody anticipated and expected to be holding the Leopards by the horns. Is running the traffic one way, and that's the way they want it to go.
Yeah, the Leopards usually the hunters, but now they are being hunted.
Good sweep, This will run all the way down for 4. It's a poor delivery from the new bowler there.
Yeah, a gift there from Oteke.
Gideon. But it's a beautiful shot from the lanky fellow. He went down on his knee and used a lot of power to muscle that one to the boundary. Jonathan, not a rabbit with a bat in hand. Jonathan has one of the quickest 40s in this tournament. He will want to get the pressure off Oloka and do his bit. Another half tracker. This is power. Power from Nero Jonathan. He says, what pass you can do, I can do even better. Back-to-back boundaries.
Yeah, Oteke now getting off the script and making it very, very easy for the Nile Leopards. 2 looseners there for very, very poor delivery. 2 looseners for Nero Jonathan, and it dispatches both of them for boundaries. 8 runs already taken off the first 2 balls. The equation already down to only 21. Oteke scored the runs, but now he's giving away the exact number of runs he scored.
Again, half track about the shot, not good from Nero Jonathan. He didn't play it with conviction. Could have had more than just one. But more importantly, he gives the strike to Oloka.
If I was Oloka, he should realize that the pressure is already on Oteke. So put more pressure on him by attacking him. So you try and score as many runs as possible out of this over. We saw what Francois did yesterday against Richard Sohera. He made sure that the game is secured in that particular over by picking 15 runs out of a required 19.
Hangaje will be a young hero. Big shot from that man. Long levers, Jonathan Nero. Hits it to cow corner. No man there. The runs have surely come in Gideon Oteke's over.
I've told you, Innocent, that is very good awareness from Nero. I don't know whether he was listening to me. Oteke is already under pressure, so make sure you score as many runs as possible off his own over, so that you have no pressure. You have no pressure coming at the back end of the game.
Last ball coming up. Ends with a dot ball, but a little too late for me. His 2 overs have gone for 26. The last over here going for 16 runs. 7 overs gone, 60 for 4. Just 13 needed at 4.5.
Yeah, that over now brings the Nile Leopards back into the contest. They need 13 from 18 balls. From here on, I think it should be very, very easy for them to get the win. I don't know if they've done enough to make sure that they improve on their net run rate, depending on how the Central Rhinos go about their business against the Rwanda emerging team and the Eastern Buffaloes later on. It's going to be a very long wait for the Nile Leopards to find out if they've done enough to just make sure they get themselves into the final tomorrow afternoon.
Going over the top. This is a very beautiful shot from Mr. Pius Oloka. Authority shown here by Pius. Clearly, there's no more pressure in that dugout of the Nile Leopards.
Yeah, it's over. It's completely over now. That over of Oteke undoing all the good work Shiva Kuma had done by picking up 3 wickets. Hit over the bowler's head there from Pius. There will be no fielders on any ground in the world in that position. 9 from as many as 17 balls make them 16.
He goes over the top. Chance for a catch. He drops short. They'll take one pass. He's happy to take one. Didn't get a hold of that one very well.
Tries to go big, Pius. Too much risk to just get 1 run. You could have comfortably hit it on the ground and you get the same reward.
Touch and go. Good appeal. But the running and the calling is inch perfect.
The next game, the Central Rhinos will be taking on the Rwanda Emerging team, and that game will be live and exclusive on NBS Sport as well as Batball.tv. So make sure you catch that one. And the weather is slowly but surely improving here at the Lugogo Cricket Oval.
Was that a chance for a catch or a Batball? Well, in some pain, Joel Eyaru, you should have done better. If you'd taken the catch, you wouldn't be hurting. Six needed. Can Niro hit it out of the park? He goes big. Listening to the commentary, Niro replies Asia with what we desire, a quick finish for the Leopards. It's game, set and match. They will shake hands, but they will feel undone. The Buffaloes were in this after Nitin Shivakumar's over, a burst of 3 wickets in that over where he went for 11. But this is the final flourish from Niro, again going down on one knee, not to pray, but to muscle it out of the park, Dennis.
Yeah, very good finish there from Niro Jonathan. More like telling us pressure, what pressure. He comes in and knocks, puts in a very good show for his team. The Nile Leopards winning by 6 wickets. Chasing down the runs inside 8 overs. That win will momentarily push them into second place, but they will need to wait on other results to know if they will be able to make the final. It is a batting scorecard them for the Nile Leopards. Not so much to talk about the top of the order there, but the standouts: Jonathan Niro, 24 from 11. Pa Soloka, 13 from 9. Not out. Only 6 extras given by the Buffaloes. The Buffaloes did a fantastic job. Picked up 3 wickets that put the game in the balance. But eventually the Nile Leopards coming through and picking up the win. They will move into second place, but they will have to wait on the next 2 games to find out if they will be able to make the final of the Batball X tournament tomorrow. We'll take a short break, but coming up next are the 2 teams warming up. The Rwanda Emerging team will be taking on the Central Rhinos in what should be an exciting clash, and will be live and exclusive for you on NBS Sport. The bowling scorecard there, 3 wickets there for Nitin Shivakuma, 3 for 11. Nothing else for the rest of the bowlers. But in the end, the 26 runs given away in 2 overs by Otuke Gideon, the difference between these 2 sides, as the Nile Leopards pick up a 6 wicket victory. We'll take a short break and we'll be back with the second game of the day.